Okay, let's analyze the pressure drop for a turbulent flow in a pipe. Okay, so here's what it says. For a turbulent flow in a pipe, the pressure drop delta P is a function of the pipe diameter, the velocity of the flow, the length of the pipe, the fluid density and viscosity, and the relative roughness, which is epsilon over d. Find a suitable set of pi terms. Okay, before solving the question, let's understand a few things. Number one, what is epsilon over d? Okay, the relative roughness. So this epsilon is actually the roughness of the pipe. If it's like a copper pipe, then the epsilon will be the roughness of the copper, okay, or the pipe. So this epsilon is given in terms of the length is the dimension, okay. So that's a hint to you, okay. The second thing is, let me talk about a real life example. This pressure drop is actually related to the pump power, okay. So it really determines how much, what capacity pump I should acquire for my system, okay. So this is an important question. So let's go ahead and solve this question. One, I want to go ahead and write this delta P is a function of, okay, let's be in the order, diameter, V, L, density, viscosity, and epsilon over d. Note that I'm not writing epsilon as one parameter and d as another parameter. I'm writing epsilon over d. That's what the question says. So let's look at the number of the parameters. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I have 7. Please do not forget to include the left-hand side as a parameter. Sometimes I see this issue in my deliverables, class deliverables. Okay? All right. So the second step is actually expressing each of these parameters with respect to the basic dimensions. You can use FLT, you can use MLT. In this particular one, I'm going to use MLT. So let's use delta P. Okay, delta P. In fact, delta doesn't mean anything in terms of the dimension, right? It's just the unit of that in SI is pascals. So that is force divided by area, right? So then if I go ahead and write the unit of, or rather the dimension of force, and we covered this is ml t minus 2, right? And you can obtain this from MA if you are not clear on this, okay? And the area is L squared, right? So from here you can see that I'm going to obtain m L minus 1 t minus 2, okay? Second parameter that I have is the diameter, which will be L. Third parameter is the velocity, which is L t minus 1. Fourth parameter is L is equal to L. Density is equal to m L minus 3. Viscosity, we covered this as well. Okay, that will be m L minus 1 t minus 1. And epsilon over d will be unitless, right? Because epsilon is length, so L divided by L, so I got myself a unitless. Interesting. Okay, good. Now, let's go to the third step. In the third step, I'm establishing what is the number of R, okay? So am I using all M, L, and T? And the answer is yes. I see, like, even in the first parameter, M, L, and T. So R will be equal to 3 in this particular question. Okay. Let's go to the fourth step. In the fourth step, this is where I'm gonna select 3 out of these parameters. One recommendation that I had was do not include delta P, or rather the left-hand side parameter, within the repeating variables. It's going to make your life harder soon, okay? Well, let me select a few and I will go over them. Let's select the first 3 on the right-hand side. So let's see whether this is a good selection, okay? All right, remembering that I had 2 caveats that I need to be careful about here. First is a combination of these D, V, L, all M, L, and T must be represented. So I have D, which is L, V, which is LT minus 1, and L is L. So do you see the issue? I don't have mass represented in this repeating variable. That's not good. This is not a good selection at all, because you will see that the second rule also says that I cannot repeat the same dimension within my repeating variables. And you see D and L has the same dimensions, right? So that sounds like a problem to me. So this is not a good selection at all, okay? So then arbitrarily let's select D, V, and rho, okay? And let's assess whether this is a good choice. one point that I want to make here is that the selection of these three parameters, as long as I follow these two rules that I established, it's up to you. Another student can select D, V, and viscosity as an example. That's quite alright as well. D, V, rho. Let's establish whether this is a good selection. D is L, so that's fine. Velocity is LT minus 1. L and T are represented. Density, I have M and L, so all three M, L, and T are represented, and none of these parameters are repeating, so this is a very good selection, okay? And in the step number 5, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add one more parameter to this, and I'm gonna obtain, out of these 4 parameters, I'm gonna obtain my pi 1. So, and I mentioned that I would like you to use the left-hand side parameter in here, okay? You'll see why soon. Okay, then before I find out this pi 1 value, I wanna talk about the next steps. Let's assess how many times I need to repeat this. So I need to repeat this k minus r minus 1 times, right? So k in this particular case is 7, right? Minus 3 is 4, minus 1 is 3. So I have to repeat this 3 times. So in the second pi term, I will have third pi term, I will have fourth pi term as well. Okay, dv rho, as the name recommends, these are repeating variables, so they will appear in all of the pi terms. So let's go back up here. Now, delta p I have accounted for, right, in the first pi term. D I'm accounting for in every single pi term because it's a repeating variable. V, similar fashion. You see, L I have not accounted for yet, so I'm gonna just call it L over here. Okay, so this way L is check mark. Density is used in all of them because repeating variable. The next one will be viscosity, and the remaining one, if I go up there, is epsilon over d. You can see over here as well. Okay, so this will be epsilon over d. Okay, the first pi term will be something you can do this way. You can say this to the power of 1, to the power of a, to the power of b, to the power of c, and you can calculate ABC. We have established this procedure. However, in another video, I discussed commonly used fluid parameters for you. Okay, and these are all non-dimensional numbers. And if you go up here, you will find that, look at this Euler's number. It has delta p, it has density and velocity, so it fits to my case perfectly, right? And when I was discussing the Euler's number, I mentioned that this is good for flow in a pipe, and this is a good example for that. Okay, so I will go down here, and I simply are going to write delta p divided by rho v squared, right? So this will be a non-dimensional number. If you want to ensure that this is a good selection and this is a non-dimensional parameter, we can verify this together. So we can simply insert m L minus 1 t minus 2. That will be the numerator. In the denominator, I will have m L minus 3 multiplied by L t minus 1 square. So let's look at masses. This cancels, right? The numerator and denominator, both of them is just m. So the top is L minus 1. The denominator has L minus 3 plus 2 becomes L minus 1, right? So this is cancelled. And if I allocate the t's, so you can see that this checks out. So my pi 1 is properly established, okay? But as I mentioned, if you don't see this, you can simply go ahead and use delta p to the power of 1, d to the power of a, v to the power of b, and density to the power of c, okay? And you will get that you're going to have a is equal to 0, b is equal to minus 2, c is equal to minus 1. And I would like you to note that not all four terms must appear in the pi terms, okay? So that's something to note. Okay, when I obtain the second pi term, actually there's a trick here as well I would like you to understand, okay? So if 2 of the parameters within the selection of those 4 parameters have the same units, if I go ahead and divide them side by side, I will obtain a non-dimensional number, right? If you think about it. And let me be more specific. If I do L over D, right? L is length, diameter is length. So if I get L over D, that will be fine. So I will actually write here L over D. Again, if you don't see this, you can call this ABC. You can calculate ABC values. You will find out that A is equal to minus 1, B is equal to 0, C is equal to 0. Okay? The third one, you will see, I'm hoping you do see, is the Reynolds number, right? So that will be rho v d over nu. This is another number that we discuss along with the Euler's number, right? And the fourth parameter, this is also interesting, okay, in that one of the parameters itself within these four parameters is non-dimensional. So then why don't I simply go ahead and call it the pi term, right? Epsilon over d, because my goal is to obtain this, right? Okay, so then what I obtain is, I'm going to represent it this way. Pi 1 will be a function of pi 2, pi 3, and pi 4. So let's write this. Delta p divided by rho v squared will be a function of L over d, epsilon over d, and the Reynolds number.